Hey beauties, good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie. In today's video we're going to be learning how to make this double-breasted blazer with a notched collar and pleats at the down part and at the sides in front up to the back. So it is very easy to make and it is beginner friendly. If this is what you love to learn, definitely keep on watching, like my videos, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to write in the comment section that this was helpful if it was. Thank you. So without too much talking, let's get to the honey of the video. Let's go.
I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel.
So start by drafting the pattern first. You need a pattern paper, your pattern master, and your tape rule of course. And then I'm using my hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance to create my block. After I did that, at the edge of the paper I went inwards by 5 inches from up to down. All right, I went inward by 5 inches, and on the upper part of the pattern I also went downwards by about 6 inches, and then I'm going to draw the line. This space that we are creating is just to give us room for our collar by the time we are ready to draft our collar. All right, so now this new space that we just created is where we are going to be starting all our measurements from. All right, so now what I'm doing now is to measure the length of my gown. So I'm going to measure out the length of my gown from that start line that I created. Don't forget, don't start from the edge of the paper, start from the start line that I created, and then I'm going to add 2 inches to that for seam allowance. So once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch, and then from there I'm going to mark my neck width of 3 inches, and then from that shoulder point I also marked my armhole depth of whatever your armhole depth is going to be. For this client it was 9 inches, so I went ahead to mark it, and then I am going to draw that into a straight line and also draw the armhole line also. So that is it. So I'm marking the midpoint of the armhole line, and then from that midpoint I'm going to go out by about ½ inch, and then I am going to connect all those 3 points together. So you can go out by 1 inch at that edge just to guide you on the curve. All right, and then so after marking it like that, I marked my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and then I'm going to be connecting it to the 3 inch of my neck width. All right, so now I'm going to mark my neck depth of 3 inches or so, and then I'm just going to connect that with a curve. Don't forget, this is not our original neckline, just a tentative one so that you understand what I am doing. So now at that chest line, which is also my armhole line, I'm going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inches. All right, and then I'll measure where my waistline is, and then I'm also going to mark out my, so I'm just trying to draw that into a straight line so that you know where the waistline is. All right, and then that part I called my chest line, so I drew a straight line also, and then that's my waistline. And now I'm going to determine where my hip line is. So I measured it on the client's body. It was about 25 inches, so that is what I am marking right now. So I added ½ inch to all my measurements. All right, at the waistline was 16, I measured out 16.5, and then the hip line I measured 25.5 because I want all the allowance to be on paper. All right, so at the waistline I am going to divide my waist divided by 4, and then I am going to add extra 1 inch for that and 2 inches for allowance. All right, so I'm going to connect that, but actually the front does not have a dart, so you don't need to add that to the front. Just go ahead and mark your 2 inches seam allowance. And then on the hip line I measured out my hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches for the seam allowance, and then you take whatever you have on the hip all the way down actually, but I realized that it made the pleats at the down too big, so you should shape the down part a little bit. So whatever you have at the hip, just make sure that you deduct 1 inch from that and then mark it all the way down so that it can have a pencil kind of look, and by the time you add your pleats, it will not make it wider. I didn't do this for this dress and I noticed that I should have done that. So when you are doing yours, do that. Whatever you have on the hip line, just remove 1 inch for the down part. All right, so I'm just marking my darts now. So I marked out my bust point area, and then I went down by ½ inch on my by 1 inch, sorry, on my bust point area. I'm sorry that I said earlier that you didn't need to add that. I've done this video for a very long time, so I forgot that I added that. So you should add that to yours also, and it's optional actually. You might decide not to add that, but you should add it so that it can be fitted. All right, so at that waistline I went out by ½ inch on both sides, and then I connected it like this. You already know how to add your dart. You use your bust part measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch to mark the point where your dart is going to be. So once we are done doing that, the next thing is to create our pleats. All right, so for this part, we are going to cut this part off. So I'm just trying to draw my bust line divided by 2 plus ½ inch all the way down so that it can connect properly for me, so that by the time I'm creating my pleats, I will not be confused. So from the hip line I went up by 5 inches, and that is where my pleat is going to sit. So you can make your own pleat slanted. You can just come up by 1 inch, make it slanted, and draw your line like that. All right, for your front pleat. But for this, I'm just going to be making mine straight. So I'm going to go up from the hip line at that area by another 5 inches, just as I did on the side, and then I am going to connect with a straight line like that. So all this part is going to be where my pleat is going to sit. So we are going to be taking this out, and then we are going to be replacing it with pleats. All right, I hope you understand. So now the next thing is to work on our collar proper. So the next thing is to work on our collar, and then I'm going to be taking you through it step by step. So work with me. So now what you are going to do now is that you are going to measure how deep you want your neckline to be by the time you are done with your collar. So I marked that out. I wanted it to be about 7 inches, and then I marked that out and I connected it with a V like that. I'm using a green marker so you can understand what I am doing. Now the next thing you are going to do is to mark out to determine where you want your breakpoint to be. Your breakpoint can be on the bust point, can be on the chest line, it can be on the waistline. All right, so I want mine to be on the waistline, and from there I went outwards by 3 inches from that waistline. See, I've connected the line, that straight line that you can see on the waistline that I use green marker to connect, as you can see. So that was 3 inches, and then I'm going to connect that with a straight line to the neck point. All right, so that's my break point that I've just determined. So now the next thing you are going to do now, from this neckline that we created earlier, you are going to come out by 2 inches. All right, and then draw a straight line just like that. So you are going to come out by 2 inches and draw a straight line to create a smooth transition from the neckline, all right, that we've created originally. So the next thing to do is to determine the back collar. All right, so we are going to, because we need the back measurement, we are going to fold this now. We are first going to cut the back. So by the time we are done cutting the back, we are going to come back to continue cutting our collar. That was why I said you should stick with me, don't be confused. So I'm just cutting out my front pattern now. I'm cutting out the front pattern now because I want to use this front pattern to just cut out my back neckline on the fabric, straight on the fabric, because I don't want to waste pattern paper. All right, so it's really expensive now, and honestly, I really want to manage my pattern paper now. So I'm just folding the necessary parts. That line that we drew earlier, that I used green marker to draw, I folded it in. And then this line at the side also, that I used green marker to draw, I'm going to also fold it in, so it will remain the main pattern. Gone. All right, so I'm just going to be using that to, to cut my back part. All right, I'm going to be cutting the back part on the fabric directly, so just watch how I'm going to do this right now. So I'm folding every part. Excesses here that I don't want to yoju, I'm cutting it away. So this is the fabric I'm working with. It's a shirt fabric, so I'm going to fold it into two now, and then I used my hip measurement divided by 2 plus 2 inches seam allowance to fold. Don't forget, this is a jacket. It's not going to have any zip allowance, but it can have a slash at the back if you want it to have a slash that you now join later. But all those stress, I don't want to do it for these clothes. I might do that in subsequent tutorials. All right, so now I'm just going to place my front pattern on it like this and just pin everything down, and then I'm going to cut it as it is like that. All right, so what I'm doing right now is that I am pinning everything down. So, and then after I've pinned everything and I made sure that everything is in place, I am just marking where my hip line stops, because it's going to guide me to know where my pleat is. All right, so I'm just cutting it out exactly like that. All right, it's not that difficult. Just trace the pattern. If you are new to my channel, you are welcome to the channel of beautiful people. On here we do everything DIY on sewing, beading, and everything that evolves in the fashion world. Once in a while I also show you bits and pieces of my life, and also news, trending news, hot ones in the fashion industry. So if you love all of this, definitely please subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. Thank you. So I just replaced the half inch that we took at that armhole part. I replaced it back because the back though is not meant to have that half inch. All right, and then I traced out that half inch, you see, that I took at that midpoint. So that was what I did, and then I traced out the shoulder. I did not trace the neckline because the front neckline is going to be different. I hope you understand. So now once that was done, I'm just using my pencil to mark my hip line, and then I am going to be I'm just trying to mark where my dart is, because I thought that we are going to slash it like we did the front, but we are not going to slant it like we did the front actually. So don't mind what I was doing here, is not necessary. So the pleat is going to go all the way around the back, so I'm going to cut out, I went up 5 inches above the hip line, so that was what I did also at the back. I went up 5 inches above the hip line, and then I just cut it straight like that all the way through, all the whole back. All right, and then I'm going to mark out my 1 inch for the neck depth of the back, and then I cut it, and then I'm measuring the neck depth that I have at the back. I just measured it all around, so whatever I have there is what I am going to mark. You are not going to measure it open, no, you are going to measure it on fold. So if you don't understand, just rewind to see what I did there. So whatever I got, I marked it at that line, and then I'm going to just draw a straight line to connect to that point where the neck width of the back stops. So now at this center, this armhole center here, this neck center here, I am just going to come out by about 2 inches, just like that, just to form angle 45 degrees. All right, so I'm just going to form angle 45 degrees and go out by about 2 inches, and then once that is done, I am then going to determine the that's the neck length, that's the length of the back neckline, and then I've gone out by 2 inches at this point. So that opening should not be more than 1 inch. All right, the opening at that part, at this neck part that you can see me touch now, should not be more than 1 inch. So now I measured out the width of my back neckline, so that's the width. So I used 3 inches, and then I am going to connect that to that black line. All right, the one that has a black marker, the new line. So I'm going to connect it like that with a curve. All right, so I'm going to connect it like that with a curve. So that is the back collar. All right, so that other part, that straight line at the top, is going to be cut on fold. So now the next thing is to connect these points together like this with a straight line, and then once this is done, I am also going to, so once that is done, I'm going to mark my 3 inches that I marked on that break point all the way down. That is where the overlap will be. All right, just for the overlap, and then I'm going to connect that with a straight line. Don't be tired, we are almost done. I'm sorry if you can hear any background noise. I'm doing this voice over very early in the morning, so that is why those tiny voices are coming through. All right, so when we are done doing that, the next thing is to cut it out. Take a look at how I'm cutting my own now. Don't go and make mistake. So just gently cut it out like that. Cut the collar. This is the back collar. All right, you're going to cut that part on fold, and then cut it like this gently, and then place that aside. We are done with the collar. So now cut the main jacket now. So you're just going to cut it straight like this, just like that. So that is basically it. So this place, if you fold it like this, so you see now, you get the gist. So that is how it's going to sit. Thank you guys for watching. We are going to do the sewing video in the next video that I'm going to be uploading very soon, and not very hard. All right, it's not going to be long. Okay, so I've just gone ahead to cut this part also. The pleat stopped at the hip line. That was a mistake on my part. It's supposed to stop at that 5 inches above the hip line. So when you are doing yours, please don't make that mistake. I hope this video was helpful. Till I see you in the next one. Bye.